Okay, so cash flow diagram. Last class I was explaining about cash flow diagrams. Cash flow has cash inflow and cash outflow. What do you mean by cash inflow? Cash inflow is nothing but the income. Okay, whatever income you get, that is, we call it as an inflow. For any project, if there is any profit or incoming, that we say it as cash inflow. So outflow is what? Outflow is nothing but the expenses or the expenditure, whatever you are going to pay, uh, that we call it as cash outflow. So a typical example for cash flow diagram was this one. So there is a cash inflow in the positive y-axis, cash outflow in positive negative y-axis. Uh, in the x-axis, right side, it is time duration. For example, if you want to draw a cash flow diagram for a year, so but whatever you are going to mention, it is in terms of months. So what I'll do, I'll mention it as 0, first month, second month, third month, like wise up to 12 months. If there is any income at the initial stage, I'll mention cash inflow, but after at the end of first month, if there is any expenditure, I'll show it as downwards. Okay, again at the end of fifth month, if there is any cash inflow, I'll show it as upwards. So size the size of the arrow depends upon the amount or the value of the amount. If it is 10,000, if it is 10,000, okay, I'll mention it is like 10,000. If this is 20,000, the size of the arrow or the size of this arrow will be bigger than 10,000. Okay, so hope you understood how to draw a cash flow. So one example I'll show uh, for this cash flow diagram, how to represent it. So the y-axis is the time. See here, initially at the 0th year, there is 1 lakh investment. 1 lakh is invested, so it is a cash outflow for a particular project. They have invested 1 lakh. So that is called as cash outflow. Okay, but at the end of year one, there is no profit or there is no income or there is no expenditure. So nothing is written over here. So this is a cash flow diagram for up to for a particular project up to 10 years. So at the end of year one, there is no cash inflow, there is no cash outflow. Similarly, for second year also, there is no cash inflow and there is no cash outflow. But at the end of year three, okay, there is inflow, means there is some income coming to this particular project. That is some 35,000 is income for this particular project. So it is represented upwards 35,000. So again at the end of year 4, okay, there is cash outflow of 15,000. So at the end of year 5 there is nothing, but at the end of year 6 cash inflow. Likewise, okay, for a particular statement in a problem statement given to you from next this numericals. So if the problem statement is given to you, the first step, always remember the first step you have to do is you have to draw the cash flow diagram. First, for the given data, you are supposed to draw the cash flow diagram. So once you draw this cash flow diagram, we are going to formulate the equation. Okay. Cash flow diagram, it is nothing but a visual representation of inflow and outflow. This is the example which I had taken in the last class. So receipt for earning account bill and effect of mobilization advance. If there is a mobilization advance, what happens to the cash flow? If there is no mobilization advance given to the particular project, what happens for the cash flow? So this is a cash flow diagram without with mobilization advance. For if for a particular project some 50 lakhs mobilization advance was given, so initially the cash flow was positive. Okay, but if there is no cash flow, there will be a negative cash flow diagrams. So it will be difficult for the contractor if there is negative cash flow. So that is what we had discussed in our earlier class. So these are the four methods: the present worth method, future worth method, annual worth method, and rate of return method. We will be discussing in our next class. So before going to the next step, I'll see whatever your people are seeing this, all this PPT, all these notes, I'll explain in a single table. Okay. Okay. So see, I have drawn a cash flow. So, so this is some cash flow. There is some outflow. So you have some outflow 0, 1, 2, 3, 4th, up to you have something. So let us assume up to 10. Okay. So this is the present state. Okay. The cash flow, if you convert all the values of this cash flow, this complete value of the cash flow to here, to the beginning of the cash flow, we call it as present worth. Okay, so you are going to convert all these values to the present, that we call it as present worth method. You are going to convert all the values to the beginning of the cash flow. But if you are going to convert the complete values from beginning and end to the middle, so this set we call it as annual worth. Okay, so if you are going to convert, so for example, if there is some 10,000 investment and some 2,000 salvage value, this 2,000 salvage value and this 10,000 investment, you are going to convert these values to annual stage, means you are going to divide it across all the years. That conversion we call it as annual worth. Okay, so but in the same way, okay, in the same way, if you convert the all the values, okay, of beginning and middle annual to the last stage, and means at the end of the useful life, if you are going to convert all the values to here at this stage, we call it as future worth. Okay. Okay, remember one thing, always remember one thing, in a cash flow. So always remember one thing, in a cash flow, this is a cash flow. If you convert all the values to the initial stage, we call it as present worth. If you convert all the values which is been divided across all the years, we call it as annual worth. Please make a note of this. If you convert all the values to the end, means to the end of useful life, we call it as future worth. So hope you understood. See, for example, I'll take up an example and I'll explain you. So you forget about this thing, you forget about this thing, this column number one, name of the factor, you forget about this one. So you make a note. So I'll take up an example. So see, now you are having a cash flow. So if I want to convert, see, if I want to convert this complete cash flow to present worth method, what I'll do? I'll explain. See, now I am applying present worth method. So if I want to convert this complete cash flow, so now if you observe carefully observe this cash flow which is at the present state means this only this value is at the present state. So apart from this complete set is annual state, and this is at the future state. So if I want to apply, see now if I want to apply or if I want to convert this one to present state, this complete cash flow to present state. So this 1 lakh, is it outflow or inflow? It is a cash outflow. It is outflow. It is expenditure. So I'll mention it using negative symbol, negative 1 lakh. See, negative 1 lakh. So now I have covered this one. Okay. So now I am converting this complete cash flow to present state. So negative 1 lakh. I am converting the complete cash flow to present worth. But see, there is some 35,000, there is 15,000, there is 80,000, there is 25,000. Okay, so now I need to convert all this cash flow to the present state. So next is plus 35,000, okay, multiplied by, now I want to convert this 35,000 by, which is from 0th year, it is somewhere in the future. It is a single cash flow. If you observe from this present, it is somewhere in the future. From here, if you observe from 0, it is somewhere in the future. So I want to convert it to present from future. So I multiply it by P by F I comma N plus next. So this is not plus, minus 15,000 multiplied by P by F I comma N, again plus 80,000 P by F I comma N plus 80,000, 5 plus 80,000, it is a positive cash flow P by F I comma N. Anyways, I'll explain once again, taking a standard example, minus 25,000 P by F I comma N plus 45,000 P by F I comma N. So this is a, need not worry about how I have formulated. So this is, if any a numerical is given, or if any problem statement is given, the first and foremost step what we have to do is we have to draw the cash flow for given data. So then once we draw cash flow for given data based on the requirement, whether we want to convert this cash flow, complete cash flow to present worth, whether we want to convert this complete cash flow to annual worth, or whether we want to convert this complete cash flow to future worth. Okay, based on the requirement, we have to formulate this statement. So we have to formulate this statement. Once we formulate this statement, we are going to substitute the formulas and we are going to get the present one. Okay, very simple. So these are the steps. You need not worry right now about how we are going to formulate it. Anyways, I will take I'll give you the examples. So why I have explained this example is you need to copy this table. So I'll just give 2 minutes. You copy this table in a single sheet at the beginning of some book because every time you require this mathematical expression. Okay, so every time you require this mathematical expression. Okay, so these are the 6 formulas you always need to remember. So what do you mean by f by p I comma n? F by p means you are going to convert to the future which is in present state. So if it is mentioned as, if the formula says f by p I comma n, see the current value, sorry, not current, the current value is in present state, current value is in present state, converted value you require it in future state. So this is how we use these equations. Anyways, first you copy this formula sheet, then I'll take up one example and I'll explain you. Please make a note of it. I'll just give 1 minute or 2 minutes to copy this one. Okay, copied. Copied, guys?
Hello, sir. 1 minute.
Tell me once you copy completely. So these formulas are very very important. So you are supposed to remember all these formulas. So all these formulas will not be given in your examination. Okay, from now onwards, for any problem or any numericals we solve, we require these formulas. We require all this set of formulas. So always keep a copy of it while we solve the problem. In your examination, you are supposed to remember all these things. Okay, or it will not be given in the question paper. Okay, done. Shall I start? Mallikarjun, have you noted? Mallikarjun, have you noted all the formulas? Meghna, Rachna?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, shall I start?
Yeah, you can start, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir. Start.
Okay, so see now onwards it is a very important concept. Before starting, I'll explain. See what problems we are going to solve in our future. See now what we are going to step or what we are going to move is to find out the numericals. So we are going to solve the numericals based on present worth method. So hope if you remember in my earlier classes I told we'll be solving numericals on depreciation, we'll be solving numericals on present worth method, we'll be solving numericals on annual worth method. So this is in today's class we'll start learning the problems based on present worth method. In present worth method itself we have different types. So I can say first type 1 or type 1 is uh, without gradient. Type 2 is with gradient, means the cash flow is having a gradient. Type 3 is different lifespan or different useful life. Okay, so please make a note in all the three methods. So if you take up present worth method, if you take up annual worth method, or if you take up future worth method, these three different types problems will be there. So in today's class we shall solve problems based on present worth method. Hello sir. Okay, so in today's class we will be solving problems on present worth method, type 1 without gradient. Okay, so very simple problems. So okay, so this is the problem statement. Okay, so there are see there are two alternatives. So a company is having two alternatives. I'll just read out the statement. So laboratory equipment. Okay, so material testing laboratory has two alternatives for purchasing a compression testing machine, which will be used for determining the compressive strength of different construction materials. So the alternatives are from two different manufacturing companies. So the cash flow details of alternatives are as follows. So alternative one, initial purchase price is some 10 lakhs, annual operation maintenance cost, operating cost is 10,000, expected annual income to be generated from testing of different construction materials is 1,75,000, expected salvage value is 2 lakhs, useful life is 10 years. So alternative 1, so the details of alternative 1 is this one, the given data for alternative 1 is this one. Similarly, for the other alternative, for the other option, the alternative 2, so the data given here is initial purchase price, annual operating cost, annual income, and expected salvage value. What do you mean by salvage value? Salvage value is nothing but the value of that particular equipment after the useful life, end of the useful life. So now using present worth method, uh, find out the most economic alternative at the interest rate of 10% per year. So what I am supposed to do is, now I have to compare this alternative 1 and compare this alternative with alternative 2 and make a decision which is the best equipment or best material testing machine to buy. So based on the present worth. So what I will do is, I will take this data. So what I will do is, I will take this data for each of the data. So for each of the data, I am supposed to draw a cash flow diagram. So for alternative 1, I will draw cash flow diagram. See for how many years it is there. See, it is for 10 years. So now what I will do is, please listen carefully. Now I am going to draw the cash flow diagram for alternative 1 for 10 years. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll just mark 4, 5, 6. 5, 6. So I don't require. Okay, so initial purchase is a cash outflow or cash inflow. So purchasing, the company is spending money. So it is a cash outflow. How much it is there? It is 10 lakhs outflow. So I'll represent it as arrow downwards. 10 lakhs. So cash outflow. Why I have shown it at the 0th year? 0th year because initial purchase price before the start of the uh, project or before the start of the usage, I am going to spend the money. So 10 lakhs is the initial purchase price. So annual operating cost. Operating cost means whether it is an expenditure or cash inflow, cash outflow. It is a cash outflow. Why? Because it is a operating cost. You are going to incur cost, but it is annually. So what I will do is, I will show first year 10,000. It is annually. Every year 10,000 is the. So instead of drawing arrows for every year, I'll just draw 2 arrows and I'll just draw last one arrow and I'll connect it through dotted lines. Why I'm going to connect it through dotted lines? Or it means, I'll mention it as 10,000. It means if I draw one arrow, two arrows, first one arrow and second arrow and the end arrow, if I show it dotted line means it is connected, and if I represent it or if I write 10,000 on that dotted line, it means 10,000 is the operating cost for the first year, end of the first year, end of the second year, third year, fourth year, likewise up to 10th year. Every year 10,000 is the annual operating cost. Similarly, expected annual income, okay, every month or sorry, every year annual income is there. How much it is there? 1,75,000. So it is an inflow or outflow? Cash inflow, because it is an income. So how much it is there? 1,75,000. So see here, for 10,000 I have shown smaller arrow, but for 1,75,000 I am showing bigger arrow. I'll just use a dotted line to connect it, and I'll mention 1,75,000 on the dotted line. So it means 1,75,000 is the annual income at the end of year 1, at the end of year 2. Every year I am getting till the end of useful life. Every year 1,75,000 is the income generated. Expected salvage value. Salvage value is nothing but the amount we are getting at the end of the useful life. So it will be shown at the end, 10th year after completion. Only single arrow. You can merge this, show it in a single arrow. As 2 lakhs. So see, 10 lakhs is initial purchase cost. So I have shown it at the initial. It is a cash outflow. Then we have on annual operating cost 10,000 every year. So I have shown two arrows, connected the dots till, because every year 10,000 is the annual operating cost. Similarly, every year 1,75,000 is the income from the end of first year. 1,75,000, 1 lakh. So I have shown it 1,75,000 using a dotted line. So at the end of useful life, this arrow, this 2 lakh is at the end of useful life. Salvage value will be at the end of useful life. So at the end of 10th year, I am getting 2 lakhs. So hope you understood how to write down the cash flow. Any doubts? Any doubts here in drawing the cash flow? Please respond.
No, sir.
So now you are able to draw. If I give the some data, now you are able to draw the cash flow. Okay, no doubts here. Drawing the cash flow. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll take another one more data. See, this is alternative 2. Okay, so same way I'll draw the cash flow for it. So along with me, you also draw the cash flow on your own. So for alternative 2, second alternative, we have 7 lakhs is the initial. Initially, they are going to spend 7 lakhs. Okay, so operation annual operation cost is 15,000 for first year, 15,000 second year, 15,000 every year. It is the same. So 15,000 every year they are going to spend as an operation cost. Annual income for first year it is 1,65,000. For second year also it is 1,65,000. So for every year till the end of useful life it is 1,65,000. And salvage value at the end of useful life, the salvage value here is 2,50,000. Correct? Like useful life 5 years. One ನಿಮಿಷ. Just a second, guys. Here the useful life is 10 years. So you make it as 10 years. So if I draw the cash flow for 10 years, Okay, so now for both the alternatives, we have drawn the cash flow. So now I have to convert this complete cash flow to present worth. I have to compare alternative 1 and alternative 2. See, now I have to compare alternative 1 and alternative 2 using present worth method, and based on its present worth I have to choose which alternative should, or which alternative or which equipment I should purchase. So now to formulate the present worth equation, I'll start writing present worth equation. So see, for alternative 1 I'll formulate present worth PW1, present worth for alternative 1. So this 10 lakh is already in the present state. See, I told you, remember always one thing, this, the left side of the cash flow is present, the mid is annual, whatever it has been distributed is annual, or if you are taking, or if you're considering it from the zero there, or whatever it is there here, if it is a single cash flow, it is a future. If it is distributed annually, it is annual worth from zero. So now if I want to convert, if I want to formulate, I'll go from left hand side to right hand side. So the 10 lakh, the first 10 lakh, it is investment, which is a negative cash flow. So what I'll do is I'll mention using negative symbol minus 10 lakh. Minus 10 lakh, I am not going to convert, or I am not going to use any multiplication factor here for this 10 lakh. Why? Because see, this 10 lakh is already in the present state. So I need not convert this 10 lakh, this initial purchase, to anything. It is already in the present worth. So apart from that, we have what we are having. We have operation and maintenance cost 10,000. See, this operation and maintenance cost, how it is? It is annually, it has been distributed annually, it is already in the annual worth. So what we require is present worth. So this 10,000 which is in annual worth, I need to convert it to present worth. So what I'll do is I'll multiply by formula P by A. What do you mean by P by A? See, I require this 10,000 which has been distributed annually, this 10,000 which has been distributed annually to present worth. So this 10,000 I need to convert it to present worth, which is in annual worth. So I have multiplied it by P by A. Remember always think, for which worth or for which value we are going to convert, it will be in the numerator. For which value it is present, will be in the denominator. So this 10,000, it is in annual worth, I am going to convert it to present worth. So this 10,000 I am going to convert it to present worth. So I am going to multiply it by P by A I comma N. P by A I comma N. I'll say I is nothing but interest rate. N is for how many years? So this 10,000 is for how many years? That is N. I is nothing but given interest rate. P by A, we are going to get it from the formula. So now we have covered this 10 lakh, we have covered this 10,000. Next is remaining is 1,75,000. So 1,75,000, again I have taken it as plus. Why plus? It is positive cash flow. So 1,75,000 multiplied by, again I need to convert this 1,75,000 to present state. So I have multiplied it by P. This 1,75,000 is in annual worth. So divided by A comma I comma N. Okay, so 1,75,000. Now I have converted 10 lakh, 10,000 I have converted, 1,75,000 I have written. Now remaining is 2 lakh. See, this 2 lakh is what? It is a salvage value, which is at the end of useful life. So if you are going to plus 2 lakh, if you are going to view this 10 lakh from present worth is somewhere here at the beginning of the cash flow. This 2 lakh is somewhere at the end of the cash flow or somewhere far from the zero or from somewhere far from the present worth. So somewhere in the future. So what I am going to do is this 2 lakh I am going to multiply it by P by F. Why F? F is nothing but it is in the somewhere in the future. This 2 lakh is somewhere in the future when you view it from the present. So the single cash flow, whenever it comes in between, if it is single cash flow, if you are going to convert it to present, it is will be multiplied by P by F. So P by F I comma N. So now you understood. So how to formulate cash flow? Yes or no? Any doubts here? Rachna? Understood? Just one? Mallikarjun? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಅದು?
Yes, sir. Quite
Yes.
understood, sir.
So now you are able to draw the cash flow and now you are able to formulate the equation. So once we formulate the equation, I am going to substitute the formulas. So minus 10 lakhs, okay, minus 10,000. So what is P by A formula here? So P by A formula. So P by A formula 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 divided by I into 1 plus I raised to n. So now I am going to write that formula. One plus I raised to n minus 1 divided by I into 1 plus I raised to n. So what is the value of I and what is the value of n? See, this 10,000 is for how many years? So this 10,000 is for how many years? 10,000 is for how many years? From first year to 10th year. So the value of, see, the value of n is, okay, the value of n is 10.
10.
The interest rate given is given in the data. The interest rate given here is 10% per year. So the interest rate given is 10%. So the value of I will be 0.1. It is 10%. If you are
0.1.
substituting, yeah, 0.1. Why? Because you are going to divide it by 100. So it is 10%. When you are substituting the value of I, it is 0.1. The value of n is 10. Why the value of n is 10? Because the 10,000 it has been spread out across 10 years. Okay, so now, so similarly for 1,75,000, again it is P by A, the same formula. The formula for P by A is 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 divided by I into 1 plus I raised to n. Then remaining is 2 lakhs multiplied by P by F. So what is the formula for P by F? So from the table, the formula for P by F is, see here it is there, 1 divided by 1 plus I raised to n. The formula for P by F is 1 divided by 1 plus I raised to n. So 1 divided by 1 plus I raised to n. So now the value of I is again 0.1. The value of n is 10. Why the value of n is 10? This 2 lakh is present at the end of 10th year. Suppose if something is present here, some value, some 50,000 is has been added. Let us assume if some extra 50,000 has been added. Okay, so let us assume if some 50,000 was there, only a single value was there in between. then we would have considered that 50,000 again multiplied by P by F 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus I raised to n. But the value of n, that value of n, that value of n so the value of n here, if you are having a single value 50,000, if it is in between, the value of n will be 5 years. Why? It is present at the end of 5 years. Okay. So right now we do not worry about those things. So not add this one for this problem. So what was the given statement? The salvage value, the annual operating cost. So now if you substitute the formulas, so how much is the value you are getting? Yes. So how much is the value you are getting? Substitute all the values, I as 0.1, n as the years. So for this one, for 1,75,000, I is 0.1, again 1,75,000 is for 10 years, so the value will be 10. So the salvage value 2 lakh, again I is 0.1, the value of n is 10. Why? It is present at the end of 10th year. So now you substitute the value of I and n. How much you are getting? Quickly. Charu, Deepak, you need to answer me. How much you are getting? The value. Quickly. Yes, how much is the answer? Anyone? Those are completed. Yes. ಶರಣು
90962.23 sir.
ಎಷ್ಟು 90
962.23.
90962.23.
Sir.
Okay, this is rupees 90962.23. Okay, I'll check the answer. Okay, good. So the answer is 90962.23. Okay, so hope you understood, guys. So I'll just repeat what we had done. So we had alternative 1, we had alternative 2. So for both the alternatives for the given data, we had drawn a cash flow. So once we draw cash flow, what was our requirement? We had requirement to convert everything to present worth. We want to evaluate it using present worth method. So what I had done is I had converted this complete cash flow to the present worth. I converted all these values which was distributed annually, which was in future, to the present worth. So we had formulated the statement, we had substituted the rate of interest, we had substituted the useful life or for how many years it was there. So and we had got a value as 90,962.23. This was for alternative 1. So similarly for alternative 2, I am supposed to formulate the equation, substitute the values. So now if I take the alternative 2, so if I want to convert everything to present worth, what I am supposed to do is I have to convert this cash flow. I have to formulate a statement. So the first value, if I take it from left hand side, is 7 lakh. 7 lakh is a negative or positive? It is a negative. Why? It is a outflow. So minus 7 lakh. So for this 7 lakh, I need not multiply anything. Why? The 7 lakh is already in present worth. Already it is at the 0th year. So it is already converted to present. It is already in the present state. So I need not multiply by anything. I need not multiply by any formula. But again, I have expenses 15,000. So again, it is minus 15,000. This minus 15,000, whether it has been distributed annually, yes, it is 15,000 is for first year, second year, it is annually up to 10th year. So this 15,000, I need to convert it to present. In which state it is? It is in the annual worth state. So I am going to multiply by P by A. Why P by A? I need to convert it to present. I need to convert it to present, which is in annual worth. So I am going to multiply this 15 worth is in annual. I need to convert it to present. So I multiply P by A, comma, I, comma, N. Then after 15,000, what I am having? 1,65,000. 1,65,000 multiplied by, again, P by A. This 1 lakh. Hello. So this 1,65,000, it is in the annual state. So I need to convert this 1,65,000 from annual to present. So 1,65,000, I need to convert it to present from annual. So I am going to multiply it by P by A, I, comma, N. So now 7 lakh is finished, 15,000 which is in annual state is finished, 1,65,000 which is in annual state it is finished. Now the remaining is salvage value. Salvage value is how much? 2,50,000. So this 2,50,000, whether it is an annual or future. So it is a one time. When you see it from the 0, it is somewhere in the future. So multiply this 2,50,000 by P by F, I, comma, N. So I'll just explain how I have formulated this 7 lakh. See, I want to convert this complete cash flow to present worth. So this 7 lakh is already in present. 15,000, it is in annually. So it has been distributed annually. I need to convert this 15,000. So I need to convert it to present. So I multiplied it by P by A. Similarly, this 1,65,000, I need to convert it to present, which is in annually. So plus, why plus? It is a positive cash flow. It is an inflow. Again, plus 2,50,000. Why plus 2,50,000? It is a salvage value, which is an income. So a plus 2,50,000. When you see from the present, this 2,50,000 is somewhere in the future. So I multiplied it by P by F I comma N. So the interest rate given here is the interest rate given here is 10%. And see, this 15,000 is for how many years? It is for 10 years. The 1,65,000 is for how many years? 10 years. So the value of N is 10. So 2,50,000 is for how many years? Again, it is for 10 years. So remember always one thing. Now I have converted this cash flow. So I need to substitute the formulas. So minus 7 lakh minus 15,000. What is the formula for P by I comma N? It is 1 plus I raised to N minus 1 divided by I into 1 plus I raised to N. So similarly, I need to substitute this formula. Plus 2,50,000. You substitute the formula. How much is the answer you are getting? For P by F, it is 1 plus I raised to N. So how much value you are getting? How much is the present worth of alternative 2?
Sir, 318070.
318070.
0.88.
0.88. So it is 3 lakhs, right? 3 lakhs, 3 lakhs 18,000.
हाँ sir.
Okay, so now for alternative 1 it is 90,000, but similarly for alternative 2 it is 3 lakh 18,000. Which one seems to be the better option? Which one seems to be the better option for you?
First one, sir, alternative one.
Why? See, alternative 1 or 2? Which one is having good present worth?
Alternative 2, sir.
Then you said alternative 1, right? So if you compare alternative 1 and alternative 2, so alternative 2 is having more value, or it is having more present worth. It is having much higher value. So if you are given an option to select the equipment, which equipment seems to be better? Definitely it is alternative 2. Why? Because it is having higher present worth. Okay, so hope you understood how to evaluate the alternatives. Now if you are having 10 alternatives, can you able to do this one by the given data? Any doubts here? So clarify your doubts here itself. So later onwards, if some question has been asked in exam, don't say that you haven't been understood, or you are not knowing properly, or you got confused, or there was something some things which you couldn't understand. So if you are having doubts, any doubts, you are supposed to ask here itself. Okay. So you can expect numericals of this type, or this is just a basic thing. If you have understood this problem, definitely you can go ahead with remaining other problems. Any doubts here? I'll just briefly explain once again. See, we had two alternatives, alternative 1 and alternative 2. We had the given data for both the alternatives. The first step what we did is we had drawn the cash flow. Then once we draw the cash flow, based on the cash flow and based on the requirement, requirement is nothing but you are supposed to convert it to present worth, future worth, or annual worth. So we had an option, or we had been asked to convert everything to present worth. We are supposed to evaluate the alternative based on the present worth. So I applied present worth to the complete cash flow. I converted all the values to the present worth. Okay, then substituted the formulas. Then we had got two values. One is 90,000 and other one is 3 lakh something. So based on the present worth, I'm supposed to make a choice. So when I compared alternative 1 and alternative 2 using present worth, I felt alternative 2 is better. Why? It is having more present worth value. Okay, this is what we do in a type 1. So in present worth problem, we had type 1 with the without type 1 type of problem is without gradient and useful life years is same. So the alternative 1 had same useful life, the alternative 2 had same useful life, both had 10 years. So now we have another type of problem where the one alternative useful life is different, the other alternative useful life is different. For that type of problems, what we are supposed to do? Okay, so now I'll explain that kind of problem. So now we had understood type 1 type of problem, type 1 without gradient with same useful life. Okay, so now I'll just brief it out. So if we are having a problem, so see here the same problem, if we are having two useful life, so alternative 1 is 10 years, alternative 2 is 5 years. Now you may ask what I'm supposed to do. So now what you are supposed to do is for 10 years, for the alternative 1, for the 10 years you are supposed to draw the same cash flow. For the 10 years you are supposed to draw the same cash flow, but alternative 2 is 5 years, which is half of that. So for this alternative 2, what you are supposed to do is you have to draw the cash flow twice. So for example, see, this is the cash flow for alternative 1. So for 10 years, initially 10 lakhs, 10,000 every year, 1,75,000 every year, 2 lakh is the salvage value. So, but for alternative 2, it is having only the useful life as 5 years. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to repeat this cash flow. So up to 5 years you are supposed to draw the cash flow, the same cash flow, whatever you have drawn up to 5 years, you have to repeat it once again. So this 7 lakh is initial purchase, this 15,000 is for 5 years, this 25,000 is for 5 years. Again, the salvage value is 2,50,000 at the end of useful life of 5 years. So I will repeat the same cash flow once again. I will consider this 5th year as 0th year. So the 5th year as 0th year. Just copy. So what here it is done is the same cash flow, it has been repeated, 7 lakhs initial purchase, 15,000 every year. So 25,000 annual income every year. 2,50,000 is the salvage value at the end of useful life of 5 years. The same cash flow again, once again it is repeated. Again 7 lakh is initial purchase cost, 15,000 it is continued, 1,65,000 it is been continued, 2,15,000 again salvage value, once again at the end of useful life. So it is first cycle, it is second cycle. Hope you understood how to write. So usually useful life years, if it is comparing between two alternatives, it will be some multiples, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, like that. If you want to compare the alternatives with different useful life. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll draw the present worth. If I'll write down the statement for a present worth if we are having this type of equations. See, present worth. One is same as it is. Present worth. See, present worth is always at the initial of the cash flow. I am going to formulate only present worth of the alternative 2, which is having 5 years. So what I have done is, for 5 years I have repeated the cash flow once again. First cycle, second cycle, I have repeated the cash flow once again. What I'll do is, I'll formulate the present worth equation for this cash flow. Present worth is minus 7 lakh. The first one, for the first one, minus 7 lakh. This is for this one. Okay, next is minus, see now this 15,000, whatever you see for the first cycle, it is common for the second cycle also. So it is common up to end. So minus 15,000. So it is in which state? It is annually distributed. I want to convert it to present. So I'll multiply it by P by A, I comma N, then plus again 1,65,000. This 1,65,000 profit is also again distributed for all the years. So 1,65,000 multiply by P by A, I comma N, and see now we have 7 lakhs and 2,50,000 in between. So this 7 lakh, once again it is been repeated, but I need to convert this 7 lakh which has been repeated here, right? The 7 lakhs which has been repeated here, I need to convert it. So the 7 lakhs, if I want to convert it to present, this 7 lakh, second cycle 7 lakh, if I want to convert it to present, it is a one-time value. From, if you can observe it from present, it is a one-time value which is in the future. So 7 lakh P by F I comma N. Similarly, this 2,50,000 is also there. Two lakh 50,000. Again, it is a one-time value. If you observe from the present, I comma N. Again, one more 2,50,000 is there, which is at the end. So you may ask whether I can merge this 2,50,000. No, you cannot merge. Why? Because N is different for both 2,50,000. So this 2,50,000 is this. So now this 15,000, the value of N is 10 years. Why? This 15,000 is stretched out for all the years. Similarly, 1,65,000 is also stretched out for all the years. But this first 7 lakh is at the end of 5th year. So you are supposed to substitute the value as 5. Similarly, this 2,50,000 also, it is at the end of 5th year. So the value of N is 5. So the second 2,50,000, it is at the end. So the value is 10. So now can you substitute the formula and can you tell me how much is the value? How much is the answer? Quickly substitute the formulas and give me the answer. How much you will be getting? Yes, quickly guys, how much is the answer? Substitute P by A formula there, P by F formula here. Interest rate is same, 10%, that is 0.1. Mallikarjun, how much is the answer? Sharanu? ಜಸವಂತ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತ ಆನ್ಸರ್?
ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ ಮಾಡಿ.
Two 7946.
20
7946. 0.5.
Okay, so I'll check. ಇಲ್ಲ ಕಣ, ಏನೋ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ ನೋಡು. ಇಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಆನ್ಸರ್. ನೋಡಿ ಇಷ್ಟ ಬಂತ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ? Okay, so everybody go through this. So I'll